sorrowful. And each one of them began to say to him, Lord, is it I? Is it I? And I really think that's kind of interesting that everyone in the room started asking, Lord, is it I? Is it me? Am I going to be the one? And they weren't looking for the bad guy. They weren't looking out. They weren't looking at which one in the room. They weren't looking at Judas. I think everybody kind of had an idea. You live with somebody for 3 years and their motives aren't really right. You may not know exactly what's going on, but you can tell something's going on. And they're not looking for the bad guy. Each one of them is looking at themselves. They're saying, God, is it I? These guys, each one of them, they knew their own hearts. And it gives you an idea that the heart of even the disciples, they knew what's going on inside of them. Just like me, just like you. You know what kind of thoughts go through your mind. You know what kind of attitudes that you have. You know what goes on in your heart. Well, the disciples did too, and when he said somebody's going to betray him, they're like, oh, is it jig up for me? Or, is it going to be me? Anyways, verse 23, he answered and said, he who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. Now, part of the Passover meal was there was this paste-like dip. There was this dip that they would make. It was a paste-like dip that was made from dates and nuts and whatever else, some oil that they would mix in it. It came out real pasty. The Jews would dip their bread in it, and it was to remind them of the bricks that they made in Egypt when the nation was there in captivity. The bricks, remember they had to make the bricks without the straw? Well, that's what this paste-like stuff was supposed to remind them of. And I believe that Judas' hand was right there, and the first one that was heading for the dip. Right? Anyways, verse 24 says, the Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him. So he's